Right, so hello again. Okay, so while waiting for the others, anyone who has a question so far, or concerns, or clarification, questions? Anyone? Okay, so none coming from Mr. Eda. All right, so let's now continue our discussion. Okay, so let me just summarize this virtual infrastructure. So in here, you can automatically send it to your cloud infrastructure, build the environment, and then run all of the tests without human intervention. So this is just another testing phase that you can apply under DevOps. And again, this is another tools that is free from human intervention. Okay, and then we also have here test automation, which is kind of similar with this one, though this one focuses on automated testing in a specific uh, working system or a working environment only. Okay, so DevOps testing focuses on automated testing within your build pipeline to ensure that by the time that you have a deployable build, you are confident it is ready to be deployed. Okay, so you can get to the point of continuous delivery where you are fairly confident without any human intervention that your code is deployable without an extensive automated testing strategy. So popular tools are Selenium and then Water. Okay, and then we have here pipeline orchestration. So pipeline is like a manufacturing assembly. Okay, so dito parang ano lang to, parang standard or parang pinaka-final checking na lang kumbaga. Kumbaga, ito na yung pinaka-final talaga. We have test automation. Okay, pero dito sa pipeline orchestration, this is the time that you will say that I think I'm done. Okay, so all the way to the time that the code gets deployed in the production or a late stage pre-production environment. So dito may chance pa rin na let's say sabihin na natin hindi ka pa tapos. Okay, so parang may chance pa rin, okay, na may gagawin ka pa kasi nga initial let's say version pa lang naman yun ng application mo. So after maybe 1 week or 1 month, you'll go back on those phases, and then before you could say that you will uh, say that I think I'm done again. Okay. Kasi kapag natapos ka na sa test automation, so parang sabihin mo ng finally natapos na yung trabaho mo. Okay. Well, we call that one pipeline orchestration. Okay. So, yun na yung mga phases under DevOps. Okay. So, in other words, development team and then IT operation team. So DevOps, I mean dev team right here, develop the project, and then operation team test the project up to until they officially deploy it. Okay, so parang yun yung pinaka-summary ng DevOps na word mismo. But of course, don't forget that between that, we have the QA. Okay, so this is just a short history of DevOps. So saglit na lang to. So in 2007, this man, Patrick Debois, I don't know if how you pronounce this one because I think it's Debois or the boys. Okay, so he is a software development consultant, had a goal of learning all aspects of IT over 15 years. Patrick had taken as many different roles in IT in order to work in every role of an IT organization and gain a holistic understanding of IT. So he worked as a developer, network specialist, system administrator, tester, and then project manager. So as you guys can see, for over 15 years, he has already done many things in his life. Okay, as a software developer. Okay, so isa siyang software development consultant in a one company. Okay, and then meron siyang parang naging problema. Okay, parang lagi na lang sinasabi niya ng where is it one? Okay, so his main problem to his environment, Patrick had always been bothered by the differences between how dev and ops work, but he became particularly frustrated with the challenges of managing work across two groups on this data center migration. So parang sa kanya nag-umpisa na parang may problema dito sa development team at saka sa operation team. So parang noong 2007, idea pa lang 'yun. Okay? So separate team na talaga sila. Okay? And then continuous integration was gaining popularity in agile community and was moving dev closer to deployment. But there was still nothing other that fully crossed the divide of dev and ops. Patrick was sure there had to be a better way for these two teams to work together. So yung always natin when it comes to continuous integration is with the use of agile development or agile community. Yun na kasi parang nauna. Okay. So kagaya ng sabi ko, yung DevOps, nanggaling mismo siya or nag-base mismo siya sa agile development. Pero in old ways before, okay, so meron pa rin problema. Though this one is already their practices before, okay, pero naisip ni Patrick, sabi niya, baka meron pang mas better na practices na pwede nating i-apply para mas mapaganda yung relationship ng development team sa ops team natin. So at year 2008, so we have here Andrew Schaffer posted an idea for an agile infrastructure, birds of a feather session of the Agile 2008 conference. So Patrick Dubois saw the pause and went to the session. So unfortunately, he was the only one who showed up, and then the idea was poorly received that Andrew didn't even show up to his own discussion. So itong si Andrew Schaffer, so nag-post siya ng idea na dapat meron ganito ganyan. And then may pumunta si Mr. Patrick Debois pero hindi naman uh, uh, sumupot ito si Andrew Schaffer. Pero later on you guys will see that kung sakali sigurong hindi rin pumunta to, wala tayong tinatawag na DevOps ngayon. Okay, so sila yung naging dahilan, Mr. Patrick and then Mr. Andrew, are the founders, okay, of this idea at DevOps. So fortunately, Patrick was so excited to see that someone else was interested in solving the challenges of dev and ops working together. Okay, that he tracked down Andrew and he decided to start a Google group named Agile System Administration. And then at the year 2009, we have this Mr. John Alspo, senior of etc. etc. So Flickr siya sa nagtatrabaho. Ito. And then we also have Mr. Paul Hammond, okay, which is a director of engineering at Flickr. So I wasn't able to find a picture of Mr. Paul Hammond kasi magkakaibang tao. So hindi ko alam kung saan siya doon. Okay. Anyway, sa dalawang to, ay meron silang presentation, okay, at the O'Reilly Velocity Conference in San Jose. So they call it 110 plus deploys per day, dev and ops cooperation at Flickr. So the presentation laid the groundwork for how dev and ops can effectively work together to improve software development. So pinanood to ni Mr. Patrick, okay? And then, asan na yun? Nagkaroon siya ng sarili niyang conference. So coming from the idea, okay, of this one, 10 plus deploys per day, okay, which is dev and ops cooperation at Flickr. So nagkaroon parang naisipan niya, maganda yun okay, why not we don't adapt that one in general. Ito kasi sa Flickr lang, sa company lang nila. Ito naisip ni Mr. Patrick, why not gawin natin tong lahat, okay, sa pangkalahatang team, okay, as a one department. Okay, or let's say into different companies, parang ganun. Okay? So, nag-create siya ng conference. Okay, nag-start siya ng own conference. He called that one DevOps Days. Okay, sa Gent, Belgium. Okay, the conference brought together an energetic group of forward-thinking minds trying to improve software development. And then as time goes by, tinatawag nila yung hashtag DevOps Days kasi parang maraming na-influensyahan dun sa conference ni Mr. Patrick sa Belgium. And then as time goes by, this one became like hashtag DevOps. So initially, hashtag DevOps Days to, and then naging hashtag DevOps. Alright, and then the following year, DevOps Days were held in Australia and the US. Over time, there were more and more DevOps Days that were hosted in different countries and cities around the world. Okay, so the face-to-face meetings ignited more and more people to get energized about DevOps until it had become a full-on grassroots movement. Okay, hanggang sa lumaganap na siya. Okay, ay sa Gent, Belgium, and then sa Australia, hanggang sa mga maliliit na mga companies. Okay? And then sa mga tools with automation from analysts or vendors. But in 2011, the movement began to go mainstream, catching the attention of analysts like Cameron Haidt from Gartner and Jay Lyman of 51 Research. So big vendors started to market DevOps. So, hindi ko alam kung ano yung tinutukoy nilang vendors na to, but let's just say that this uh, small or big vendors are companies, okay? Different companies wherein uh, sinasabi nilang dapat ito yung gamitin natin. Okay, mas maganda yung production natin kapag ito yung ginamit nating strategy. Okay, so parang naging selling point na siya, parang nagpapaseminar na sila. Okay, parang binabenta nila dapat ito yung i-adapt nyo sa company nyo. Okay, gayahin nyo yung company namin. In-adapt namin to, mas gumanda yung uh, production namin. Okay, hanggang sa more and more companies, okay, more and more big vendors, analysts, or uh, big vendors or small vendors adapted this kind of strategy or practice. Okay, so parang dito pa lang nag-uumpisa ng mawala yung agile, okay, agile development, nagiging DevOps na yung term, okay, when it comes to this kind of practice. So parang sabihin natin Agile 2.0 sana to, but they just changed it into DevOps. Okay, and then at year 2012, DevOps was quickly turning into a buzzword and DevOps days continued to grow. 2013, the public thirst for DevOps information inspired several others to write books on the topic. And then notable examples are the Phoenix project by these three people, and then another book or novel is implementing lean software development by these two people. Okay, so nagkaroon na rin sila ng libro, like naging parang napakaganda niyang technique or strategy sa mundo ng development and then operation team. Okay, and then 2014, large companies such as Target, Nordstrom, and Lego became some of the first companies to bring DevOps into the enterprise. So see, nagumpisa lang sila sa idea ng isang, of course, experience na tao na rin, mga big people na rin yung tututusan kasi malalaking company na rin pinagtatrabahuan nila. Until such time, binago nila yung tradition, okay? Yung tradition on how to do things nowadays. So imagine, isa ka sa mga nakagawa ng or nakapag-invent ng methodology na ginagamit ng mga big companies. So I think that's already a super big achievement. Okay. So dito pa lang nung parang inadapt na sila ng malalaking company like Target, Nordstrom, and then Lego. So dito pa lang alam nilang, ito na yung future. Okay, ito na dapat talaga yung i-adapt ng lahat kasi naging successful most of the companies who's using this kind of practice. Okay? And hanggang dun lang. So hanggang ngayon pa rin naman, goods pa rin siya. Though hindi nga lang, yun nga lang, hindi nga lang siya masyadong naririnig dahil nga super applicable lang niya sa mga big companies nowadays. Okay, so hanggang ngayon pa rin kasi uh, we're still into agile development. Okay, we're still into Scrum. Okay, yung mga yun yung idea pa rin na yun. We are still in the old ways. That is because DevOps is mostly for big companies only. Okay, kapag man napakarami mong tao, okay, you're into fast-paced projects, then DevOps is a uh, practice that you need to pursue, okay, or that you need to apply in your company. So here are the references of this module of mine, and then that's it for the DevOps. Okay, so before we end our meeting, so ito na lang yung counterpart that I will be giving to you guys. So under this assessment or quiz assignment, so here's the instructions. So choose at least 5 categories that are being used in DevOps. On each category, find one specific tool and do some research about it. So put it on a PowerPoint presentation. So you can choose a category amongst these 9 categories. So marami tayong tools na pwede natin gamitin under DevOps. So we have version control tools, container management tools, application performance monitoring tools, and so on and so forth. So those 9 are all tools. So I would like you guys to choose 5 categories first. Okay, and then each of those category, so marami kasi. So under this category, meron tayong 5 tools, 10 tools. Okay, so just choose one. Okay, for that specific category. So dapat 5 categories, and then you have to discuss, okay, or on each tool you have chosen, write a short history of it, kung kailan siya nag-umpisa, sino yung mga founder, alam niyo na to, yung mga basics, okay, when it comes to history. And then the definition or purpose of that tool, and then how do you use that tool, and then give a step-by-step short demo. So include pictures to make it easier to follow. So this is recommendable. Mag-include kayo ng pictures pagdating sa demo, hindi lang word, para kung ano yung makita nyo siguro sa YouTube, okay, yun na lang. Take a step-by-step picture of that one, and then i-paste nyo na lang dun sa PowerPoint nyo. Para lang may pakita nyo yung demo mismo ng specific tool na yan. And then lastly, your conclusion or thoughts on that tool. So was that helpful with your project? Okay, or to someone's project? Okay, so ano yung parang naging benefits ng tool na yon sa project ng isang company or ng isang tao? Okay, so mahanap nyo tong mga to, okay, itong mga categories na to on this website. Pakita ko na lang. So here under the list of DevOps tools, we have version controls. So meron tayong GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab. Okay, so you can choose one of those only. Okay, on this container management tools, we have Docker, Kubernetes, Mesos. So mostly tatlo lang. Pero marami pang iba. Hindi lang mga yan yung container natin. Hindi lang to yung mga repository tools natin. Okay, and so on and so forth. So under this performance monitoring tools, we have Prometheus, Dynatrace, App Dynamics, and so on and so forth. So pwede kayong pumili mismo dito. Okay, and then one good thing, okay, this is a group, okay, group activity. So kung ano yung group nyo dati, so let's just stick with that. Okay, so yun pa rin yung group nyo hanggang ngayon. So each group will just submit one file. So dito, anong pa rin, hindi ko nababaguhin yung pangalan. Okay, basta kung group 9 kayo, group 9 pa rin kayo. Okay, kung group 3, group 3 pa rin kayo. Okay, so yeah, I hope kita nyo to nasa upper right ko. Ito yung mga groups pa rin natin. Okay, so are we clear with this one so far on your activity, guys? Okay. So, madali lang 'to, kayang-kaya niyo 'to. So, eto na lang yung, the reason why I would like you guys to search more about tools. Ito kasi yung mga gagamitin niyo when it comes to, applying DevOps. So, instead of, letting you, create a certain project and then let you guys, test one of these, tools, okay? So, i-search nyo na lang, okay? And then I would like you guys to learn on how to use that tool. Though, hindi ko na i-required kung, paano siya gagamitin. Ah, tulong nyo na lang sa sarili nyo as a computer engineer, okay, kung paano nyo siya gagamitin sa mundo ng, programming, okay, or developing a, certain project. And then lastly, we have here a case study number 3. So in here, of course, you'll be given a fact and then a question. So I will leave the reading part to you guys, but the due date of this one is the same with your research work, okay, which will be due on August 5. Okay, and then next meeting, we'll discuss quickly, real quick, when it comes to augmented reality, virtual reality, and then mixed reality. So, saglit lang to since I think alam na alam nyo na to mga to. Very, very common na to nowadays. Okay? And then after that, final exam nyo na. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We still have Tuesday, Friday, 2 more meetings left. Okay, 27 and then 30. Okay, so do you guys have a question so far or clarification? Okay. All right. So if you guys don't have a question anymore, then just give me thumbs up and you guys may now go. And thank you for those who came and then participated in this meeting. Okay. So keep safe and goodbye.